Tonight we are dining at Feather and Quill in Windemere, Florida. If you don't know, we do dining reviews every single Monday, so be sure to check those out.
Feather and Quill is, like Taylor said, in Windemere. And if you guys don't know, Windemere is just north of Disney World. And it's probably, depending on where you're at on property and depending on the weather, it might be like 25, 30-minute drive. It might be faster than that. It could take a little bit longer than that. But it's actually a really nice area up here. And so we thought we'd come check it out. I think that this is a great place where if you're staying on property and you have your own car, very easy to get to. If you don't have your own car, I probably wouldn't recommend getting an Uber or anything like that. It's going to be probably not cost effective, but everything here looks pretty darn good. And I'm excited for drinks, and we've got even another special surprise after dinner. So yeah, let's get some food and eat.
They have a lengthy list of signature cocktails here, which is pretty exciting. There's very unique options here, and I got the Call the Sitter. This is butterfly pea flower infused gin, lane gin, gome syrup, elderflower liqueur, lemon tonic, and muddled mint. And it's a color changing drink. So exciting, it's magical. It is quite good. The color makes it all the more better, but I typically don't like a gin cocktail, but I figured with the elderflower in there and some of the other flavors that it would kind of balance it out. And since this is a craft cocktail bar, I thought that they would probably do a good job of making it, and I was correct. It is quite tasty.
For my cocktail today, I got the Early Bird, which consists of tequila, lime juice, pomegranate chili syrup, ancho reyes, orange bitters, and worm salt. Worm salt. Clearly, I didn't look at the whole ingredient listing before I ordered my drink, but that aside, delicious. It's like a cousin of a margarita without being super, super strong. Definitely sweet. I actually really enjoy the warm salted rim. If you put some of that into the drink itself, it definitely counterbalances the sweetness and this is a nice choice for someone who doesn't want something that tastes too much like alcohol. I know tequila's in there just because I can tell the undertone and taste of tequila, but easy to drink. Good choice.
For my cocktail that I decided to get tonight, I got the Dockside. This is Plantation 3 Stars rum, pineapple juice, green apple, and African bird-eye chili syrup, lime, Campari, and espresso chili. And I didn't even see the espresso chili. I just kind of just saw the rum. So let's see how it tastes. Served with a dehydrated or dead lemon, as some people at this table would call it. Oh, it's not really sweet at all, and it's far more bitter and spicy as far as a range of cocktails that I've had before. It's pretty good. I would like it to be a little bit sweeter though, but other than that, it's not bad. A nice pink flavor, it's got a nice pink color. Not a real, like I already said, it's not real fruity or sweet, so it's different.
For one of our appetizers today, we got the F&Q ravioli. This is stuffed with braised short rib, house ricotta, and romesco, served in a creamy gorgonzola and cognac sauce with cremini mushrooms. This ravioli was so good. I loved all the flavors in there. I like the braised short rib was nice and tender on the inside of the ravioli. You do get a little bit of that cheese, like the ricotta in there. But the gorgonzola and cognac sauce is really where it's at in that dish. I think they could probably put that on anything and it would be amazing. And then there was like some Parmesan on top too, shaved Parmesan, which was a nice touch as well. I like a little bit of that on my pasta. So overall, that was a fantastic way to start.
So, aside from the ravioli, we also got the beef bone marrow croquettes, which consisted of Yukon Gold potatoes, beef bone marrow, Vermont sharp cheddar, and House Point port wine demi-glaze. Really good. Now, here's the thing. So, I was really looking forward to the bone marrow because, it's in the name. I didn't really get anything. That's not to say that the croquettes weren't good. They were actually really delicious croquettes. You got, the taste of the potatoes, the cheese, the demi-glace, whatever the hell it is. Sorry. They were super flavorful, but you really didn't get any taste of the bone marrow, which was kind of disappointing. So if you're trying to like branch out and maybe want to try bone marrow without it being too powerful and aggressive for your palate, definitely try these because I guess it eases you into it. But for me personally, I just thought the bone marrow flavor wasn't as noticeable. But overall, it was a really delicious croquette, nicely cooked, great. Sorry, I'm done.
For my entree tonight, I got the, you call it steak. This is a 12-ounce ribeye, or you can get a grilled 8-ounce center cut filet mignon. Roasted bone marrow and garlic Yukon gold mash, broccoli rabe, royal trumpet mushrooms, and it's finished with a blackberry and port wine demi-glace. This was very good. Whenever it first came out, I thought it looked like there was a lot of glaze on that ribeye, and I wasn't sure what to really think of that at first until I tried it. I kind of just spread it out all over the steak, and I loved the flavor of that. And I got my steak cooked medium rare, and that glaze with the steak was perfect. Steak was nice and tender all the way throughout, and the roasted bone marrow and Yukon mashed potatoes were so good. I love a different take on mashed potatoes with different flavors in there, and these were really, really good. I do not like mushrooms, so I did pass those along to Elliot. And the broccoli rabe were good. It was just, a seasonal vegetable on there, but overall a really nice entree. And I did like that you had an option between the ribeye or the filet.
So I had the SUGO. That is a Cheshire pork SUGO with San Marzano tomatoes, a house-made ricotta gnocchi with roasted garlic, shaved Parmesan, basil oil, and it had a side of some crusty bread dipped in like oils. This was phenomenal. It may have not been my first choice on the menu, but I wanted to try something a little different, and I'm definitely glad I did. The pork brought a lot of flavor to the dish itself. It gave it kind of a smoky aspect to that. The roasted garlic also brought that in as well, so you had a lot of different, not competing flavors. They blended really well. It was very complimentary. And you can never go wrong with any form of house-made pasta. A ricotta gnocchi, yes, please sign me up. So all of that went really well together, and I'm really impressed with this dish. I would definitely get that again. And if you're in the mood for something more pasta-related, this is a good direction to go in. There are several others, and they do make those pastas in-house also, but I do think this is a standout dish.
For my entree, I got the cured AIRLINE duck. It is brown sugared cured AIRLINE duck breast served with creamy polenta, cauliflower, and beach mushrooms, finished with a duck demi-glace, whatever. Really, really good. I haven't had duck in a while, so I get kind of sad eating it just because, I think about the ducks. But otherwise, I thought it was really, really delicious. I think it was cooked really well. The demi-glace was really nice on it. The polenta and mushrooms were a really nice combination as well. I don't know if they put an oil or vinegar or something on it, but it had a little bit of a bite to it, which was nice because it cut through like the fattiness and the heaviness of the duck and the polenta. Really good meal. I thought the presentation was immaculate. I thought it was really, really pretty, probably the prettiest one on the whole table. But overall, it was a really great choice.
For my entree tonight, I got between the bread and, well, no, that's not what I mean, that was what's on the menu. What I got was the BDR burger. This is 2 4-ounce house-ground brisket patties cooked and smashed on a flat top, house garlic dill pickle, F&Q bacon, American cheese, shaved onion, and F&Q mayo served on an F&Q bun. Fantastic. This was definitely hit the spot tonight. I'm really glad I was able to get this for my entree tonight. And it was really good. If you don't know the difference between like a regular burger and like a smash burger is something that they literally do on the hot top in that moment. So in a ball, they smash it in that moment on the hot top grill, and it creates a lot more browning, caramelization, which adds a lot more flavor to the patty itself. So this was fantastic. Super tender, nice and juicy, a little bit of like fattiness in there, and then great flavors from the bacon as well. So really, really good. There were several choices that you get as a side, and I went with their hand-cut tallow fries. Fantastic. crispy on the outside, still nice and tender on the inside, of course, with these fries. So really good. This is a fantastic place. I'm really glad that we came up here. And we're going to see if they have a dessert menu, but before we totally end the night, we're going to go to someplace else. So
For dessert, I got a creme brulee. It was delicious. It was vanilla bean creme brulee with blueberry jam and a homemade whipped cream, which was freaking fantastic. The whipped cream actually was really, really delicious. They also did this thing where it's like Pop Rocks to an extent. Not Pop Rocks, but like cousins of Pop Rocks, where they sprinkle it on top and it, like, gives some life to your creme brulee. That's what I got. Sorry. Yeah, give some life to it. But really, really good. Probably one of the best creme brulees I've had, just because of that whipped cream Pop Rocks combination.
So the Pop Rocks that Elliot has referenced are not actual Pop Rocks.
Thank you.
I just want to clear that up there. It's basically the sugar that they caramelize on top. They kind of like aerate that so that it gives you the texture of Pop Rocks and not actual Pop Rocks. They did explain that when they brought it over to the table. But I also got the lemon bar pie for dessert. I was expecting this to be more of a pie shape, but then once they actually described it to us, it is basically 3 lemon bars, and they were amazing. I have not had lemon bars, and I could not tell you how long, and I don't think I've ever even had homemade lemon bars, and that's one thing that we have really enjoyed about this meal today, is that pretty much everything is made in-house, which has made this an even better experience. But those lemon bars, super lemony. They have that little blueberry jam on the side. There's some whipped cream, and there is some toasted marshmallow on there, and it's like a homemade marshmallow. Very good way to end the meal. And lemon bars in the summer, I mean, what other dessert could you ask for? Yeah. Mellow?
Mellow, yes.
Yes.
Can I have ice?
Yeah. I'm so excited. Oh my god, it's so cool.
So I know things happened very, very quickly there once we kind of came in the doors, because somebody didn't have any patience to wait for me to make sure that I was set and ready. But we are in what is called a speakeasy, which is right next to the restaurant. It's called Propagate, and Taylor's been really looking forward to this for a long time. So in a way, I'm kind of stealing her thunder right now by telling you about it. But it only holds like 20 people in here, so it does fill up very quickly. And if you're interested, you're in the area, you want to come here, definitely hit this place early so that you can get in. But cocktails are a little bit more elevated here than they were over in the restaurant, and they do some things a little bit differently here, which I think are really cool. So I've got a specialty cocktail that is made for tonight, and I couldn't even tell you exactly what's in it right now, other than there's rum in it, I think maybe coconut milk, and a few other things. It's good. What was in this again?
Dark rum, coconut milk, and then ginger, turmeric, and black pepper syrup.
Okay, yeah.
So we're in here having our post-dinner cocktails and Propagate, which, like Josh said, I'm super excited that we finally got to come in here, because I've been scoping it out on Instagram literally for months, and we finally made an attempt to come over. But my cocktail tonight, they do have a very unique menu. I got the Sharp Embrace. This one is Diplomatico Reserva, Cynar 70, St. Elder, Orgeat, Lime, and Sparkling. It's definitely a little stiff, but it is quite a refreshing drink. I'm just excited to be in here. I could care less about the drinks at this point, honestly, but it is really good.
So I got one of the drinks that the bartender recommended. It's called If It Flies, It Spies. I saw the word rum and I went for it. Apparently I didn't read any of the rest of it. So it's definitely an interesting blend of flavors. It's actually got a lot of stuff going on. It is Diplomatico rum, Smith & Cross rum, Campari, cold brew coffee, lime juice, brown sugar, and pineapple juice. So a lot of different things happening in there. They're not really competing, they're just kind of blending, but it definitely brings some different flavors to the mix.
Since I'm all about anarchy and chaos, my drink of choice tonight was this is bananas. you decide what the empty word was. It consisted of Los Amantes Mezcal, banana espresso chili syrup, pineapple juice, Campari, and some kind of bitters. I can't say it, but bitters of sorts. This was actually a nice little surprise. So it has a rim of the chili and espresso, I believe. My first sip, I had like a whole mouthful of that, and it was just a bit of a punch in the face. But when you get a nice little combination of both the drink and the rim, it's a nice mix. Surprisingly enough, I don't taste any bananas. But that aside, it's a really, really good drink. And a couple of these, you'll eventually taste bananas.
So we just finished eating inside at Feather and Quill here in Windemere, Florida, just outside of Disney, so to speak, roughly. That's what they like to say.
Yes, and then headed into Propagate, and both were fantastic. The food at Feather and Quill, I love that everything is pretty much made in-house, and I think that just makes a restaurant even more better. That sounded
More better.
Let me say that again.
It was very good. This is definitely a place that I think, of all the places we've gone so far off of property, right? When we say property, off of Disney property, like this is definitely a place I would like to come back to. And it does have the added bonus of Propagate too, which was really nice to be able to walk in and be able to sit down. Now, as we were coming out, there's actually probably
There's like 5 people?
Yeah, 5 people, like two or three couples or something like that are waiting to get in. So it fills up. They've only got 20 seats in there.
Yes.
And so if you guys are coming up, like I said earlier, you know, get here early, eat early, and get in there.
But you do have to have a password to get in, and you have to find the entrance. So we'll leave that up to you.
It was good, though. Definitely recommend.
Yes.
Make the journey up here if you've got your own rental car or your own car in general.
Yes. And let us know if you have ever been here to Feather and Quill or Propagate, or if you plan on coming to try it out. What?
For some reason, I thought Taylor was going to add something else on there. So we'll see you all in the next one.